Hello, folks. This is Jacob Arkey. We are back on the LA streets once again. It is February 9th, 2024, and tonight I am with the Squirrel Squad at the LAPD Wilcox station once again. We've got Jessica, Streets, Zachary Ellison, Aja, Sammy, and Defender of Vance. It's a good turnout. That's your name, right?
Sammy.
Yeah, right on. And right now, we've got a couple of things going on. So, if you have followed Jessica's ongoing saga with her stalker and with her attempts to get a restraining order against him, we're looking for updates about that. He also today assaulted our friend Cam, who is also here with us. So, right now, we've got Jessica and Will speaking to the police. Let's try to get some updates there. I see Mrs. Pitt says hello. Hi, Mrs. Pitt. Lovely Bird says Dave Mismanaged got the assault on his YouTube. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. Super Pup, Jacob, good to see you in here again, Super Pup. And Mary Gabrielle Southers says, hi there, Jacob. All right, let's go see what's going on with the conversation up here.
Well, every hour that they make me wait, I'm gonna have to get the money for what I'm doing. Every hour that they make me wait, you have to add on some extra.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, they're looking at the live trying to figure this out. But there's a set of precedents. This is going to be very interesting.
Hey, what do you think about the slide class right here?
It's kind of sad. If you do it the right way, they have more budget. They couldn't get.
Agreed.
Are we in Hollywood or South Central? My chat's chanting permit.
Because they know how to use it.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to manage distribution, how to manage, making sure everything stays cool, everybody gets, follow-up services if we can, the whole shebang.
That's right.
And keep people from going, oh no, they're just doing this stunt, right? Legitimize it.
That's the way to do it.
I guess they're hitting up so people once we get a date, right? So that we can be able
I
to
think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
give them a plan. At this stage, but that's what we needs to happen to
Mm-hmm. It would be especially funny if we were to do something on a Scientology holiday, on L. Ron Hubbard's birthday or something like that.
It needs to be incredibly well organized.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to be well executed. We need to get solid media there. We'll cover things like this here in the city of Los Angeles, even if the LA Times don't.
That's right. That's what it's all about. And citizen journalism is sometimes stronger than corporate legacy media.
Respect to the survivors of the LA Times layoffs. I met one of them last night. I'm glad he
Oh,
still
okay.
has a job. But 115 others of them didn't. And it was 50 of them before that. So.
That's at the LA Times?
At the LA Times.
I'll have to follow up some more on that. I actually haven't been following that closely.
They're losing $30 to $50 million a year at the LA Times here because people don't want to support journalism. They don't want to support it. The things they tell us, they think that we're just begging money to share information or something. Come on, publishing news and collecting cans are different, things. And I love collecting.
We're going outside. Looks like that's the move. Do we what? Sorry.
Isn't that so brilliant? Now,
Thank you.
It only costs $250, right? Yeah. What's to stop people from giving money to this all the time?
Yeah, we do it every day.
What's up, Chris? Good to see you. Hey,
What's up, bro?
how you doing? Had a couple more friends just join us. We got Chris without a Hellcat, and we've got Easy Quick have joined the party. And looks like we may be going back inside now.
This is like the new place to hang out.
Give me that hoodie. Give me that hoodie right now. Yeah, you okay, Papa? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm you're not even dressing it? There you go. You guys. I'm actually happy that happened. Because I'm rather happy to be there than one of you guys. Because then we have everything.
All right. A couple of additional people in the chat that I can say hey to. Oh, I see Partyology says hi, Jacob. Hi, Partyology. Laura Font. So someone got assaulted again, and that is why everyone is there? Yes, so it's Cam, who is wearing the backpack right there, if we can see. He was assaulted by Jessica's stalker, and that has brought us back here. Super Pup, yep, that's right, he was. Lovely Bird says, Dave tried to de-escalate the problem, and the dude literally didn't listen. I wish I could say I was surprised. Mary Gabrielle Southers says, what a massive waste of time at this place. It does tend to feel like a lot of things could be handled much more efficiently when we come here. We try to do the best that we can out here, but we'll see. We'll see where we get today. And I felt a little bit behind on the chat, so some of you guys have already answered questions. So thank you for keeping the chat active. I appreciate it. Lovely Bird says, not LRH's birthday. It would be funny if we were to get a permit for L. Ron Hubbard Way and organize a protest or organize a hangout on or audit, whatever we want to call it, on a date that's already a Scientology holiday. But we'll see. Laura Font says, I pray to Xenu. That is the day Jess is going to get the permit for it. That would be really funny if it is. So we'll see. We'll see. Updates to come. And Super Pup, yes, he just said that he's not tripping. So yeah, we're chilling.
For me.
You don't want this?
But I want you to eat it.
She wants you in it, so she wants a selfie.
It's like a selfie.
Apparently.
No, just the other way.
We all doing a selfie?
Yes, we are.
Oh, let's do it.
Picture the photo. There you go.
I
charge $20 a picture though.
There we go.
Perfect.
Hey, can you send
Thank you.
Now we're on it.
All right.
Hey, look at us! Look at us, look at cute.
Oh, I love it.
No, I'm not gonna post anything. Just for me.
And we get a Squirrel Squad selfie now.
So yeah, I mean,
I know.
Do we have a date that we're aiming for the L. Ron Hubbard permit?
I was trying to this weekend.
I wanna, yeah, make sure your TikTok.
My TikTok, Jacob Harkey. I'm not super active on there, but yeah, it's just my name. It'd be especially funny if we did like L. Ron Hubbard's birthday or something.
So I mean, listen, they've been giving her the runaround like crazy. They're familiar with it. For people who aren't, she's been trying to get it for 3 days. They keep on. She comes here. They tell her to go to another place, back and forth. Everybody keeps on saying, "Come back here." Then we came here earlier. They said they called 311. The mayor's office said to go to CD13, Hugo Sotomayor Martinez. We came back over here, had them on the phone. They said that they have to go through the LAPD. It's been a bunch of just bullshit, and now they're saying come back in on Monday.
Well, I think we need someone in a corset to come in undercover.
And of course.
Well, I mean, so here's one thing I would say, right? It's not often that you actually do see somebody getting, like she's pointed out, she's done her research on this.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you get a normal permit for a First Amendment action, you take up to 40 days to get the permit.
Yeah.
But she found, the ACLU makes mention that because of current events, an event can happen that can lead to a First Amendment action, having a protest. It could be a school shooting and people want to protest immediately. They don't want to wait around, so they're supposed to be able to offer that permit immediately. These people just don't know or are unwilling to offer assistance. They're claiming this is the first time they've ever had to deal with this. My thing is, this is Hollywood, right? This is a place that you're gonna have protests. You're gonna have protests in Hollywood or downtown, right? They should have their shit together here on how to handle this.
Yeah.
Do we believe that they don't know how to do this, or are they just running cover for the Scientologists? Do we have the Scientologists right now calling over to the division like crazy, saying, "Hey, don't allow this permit to happen on L. Ron Hubbard Way"? So all they're doing is delaying it, right? But eventually, the permits are going to be granted.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is bringing more publicity to it, and it costs $250 to get it done. So how many people at home are going to go ahead and do their own permits now? You know, like I said, we'll have Solomon's birthday party out there. You'll have a permit, it'll be Solomon going up and down the street on his bike. And we don't want to see any Scientologists stepping into the street. Otherwise,
Be arrested.
arrested by who?
It's all in a uniform that I issued.
What's the uniform?
A maid's outfit.
Okay, I'm down.
You should wear a diaper.
The diaper, that was
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's where we're at. But we, You see what happens. When the Scientologists wanted an immediate protest.
We're gonna be done right away.
Right.
Like within like an hour,
Right.
guaranteed.
Right. Now I just want to know, like, whose interest is it for the LAPD to defend Scientology? I'm gonna tell you, I go walking down. You guys know, you walk anywhere in this neighborhood, and they ask about the Scientologists, and everybody's like, "No, I can't stand them. I can't stand them." So why is the Hollywood division go out of their way to protect them? And this is just another instance of them kind of just throwing a wrench in the fucking process, in the gear, to make sure that everything's just clogged up. But again, eventually, Jessica's going to get it. I think this is the most brilliant idea. I've been laughing about this just nonstop.
It's genius.
It is genius.
I think it's funny.
Oh
It is
yeah.
genius. Like I said, people are going to start taking it upon themselves to get the permits. Because who are they to have a street called L. Ron Hubbard Way? And who are they, to brick it off and then to act like they own it? So I mean, we're going to see who really owns that street. Yeah.
Sure are.
35
Well,
pounds.
like, I want my name on there.
On the street.
Jessica Palmadessa way. You got it.
Now I need to look up how you get a street sign.
Yo, did you see
Oh my God, you probably will.
You see who I saw walking when I was on my way to the boulevard?
Who?
Street's best friend.
Oh my god, that guy has a dog.
Oh, this guy. Do you have his body camera on?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Somebody's.
Oh.
I want to see him because I want to read that thing where he's talking about how you make food feel like schoolgirls again. I want to read that to him verbatim.
Not gonna lie, he's having he has some drippy
I have the old screenshot.
Before the
He asked you about
Don't
it.
explain
Well, now
it.
he is. You know what? Of course he went out.
Yeah. And listen, it's never too late to handle our business against them too.
Yeah.
And it'll happen. It's just, the way I like doing things, I like sitting on things for a little while and just play at the right moment. And right now, what he did with Aaron, it's going to bring more attention. That case is going to blow up again and again.
Yeah.
Because then they go through each step of the process. And then we're going to challenge, Police Chief Moore is on his way out. They just named the new police chief yesterday. It's going to be Dominic Choi. It's not even worth addressing Chief Moore anymore because he's out of here in a few weeks. When Choi comes in, he's going to have to answer for this. We're going to bring up the whole Aaron thing again. And why
Ski
he was
predators.
mistreated. Tell him to
Oh yeah, go for it.
sit in the bathroom.
And check out Alexa Nicholas's channel. She's the founder of Eat Predators. Got me into. So Alexa Nicholas is my friend who founded Eat Predators. We were just looking at the bag here, and she organized a couple of protests against Scientology in September and October, which is how I started getting out on the streets and protesting before I started to meet up with y'all.
PPA on the street, they even let that illegal baton walk away.
Oh yeah.
Moore's on the way out, so he doesn't have to answer it, but Choi's going to have to answer it.
Moore's retiring?
He was fired. He's retiring technically.
Yeah.
He was fired.
But he's not gonna get another job somewhere else.
Well, he actually retired before, right? So they do this thing, right? You retire, you get your pension.
Yeah.
But then when you get rehired again, they give you your whole pension in one lump sum. So you walked away with how much was it? 1 point.
Oh, he's got millions.
I think it was like 1.6 million or 1.8 million. They gave him, when they rehired him, gave him a 1.8 million lump sum, and then his salary each year is 400,000. He's paid more than the governor. He's paid more than the mayor. He's paid more than just about anybody in the state. The only person that makes more than him is, I think, the sheriff, the LASD.
Yeah.
So Moore's done. He got fired because he got caught launching an illegal investigation into Mayor Bass. Right after she got elected, but before she took office, he had internal affairs, asked them to start investigating her, which is just crazy to do.
Why he didn't like it? Yeah.
I don't know, but internal affairs investigates cops, not politicians, not. So I don't know what he was doing.
Run the police station.
Michael
Right.
Moore has history in LAPD. He's got a deep.
I didn't actually realize that was a part of it.
corruption. I honestly think he just wanted to know, get some dirt on her and use his leverage
Interesting.
in the future in case, because he's done a lot of dirty stuff. I'm trying to get him prosecuted.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I found,
There
I
is.
found that he
Oh, yeah.
illegally destroyed 25 years worth of
All connected.
25 years just destroyed
Election,
illegally.
October surprise, not a problem.
I guess they claimed they didn't have enough listening records on this. But they had a half a. They used
Wait, one sec. I'm gonna come around. So I want to make sure that I understand. So this is Michael Moore that he got fired partially because of the
Correct.
USC
Correct.
case. I didn't realize
He
that.
ordered the detectives to stop investigating USC and Corey Palka, who used to run the police station there, and George took me around these, where Shelley complained.
Right.
And then Corey is a USC alum. And there's an LAPD captain who calls Rick Russo and he's depositions about LA about the George Siegel case.
Right.
So on his personal cell phone. So who else could that be than Mr. Palka? So the LA Times story says that the IA detectives were investigating that. More particularly something about Palka and his daughter getting discharged from the CPS because he did a sexual abuse cover-up with that being caught. So now we're like, is that the same thing happening there? Because it's hard to argue with the New York Attorney General's report. Emails and text messages showing the guys who are not going to do anything again to, get ahead of the game, whether it's with CBS and less movies or Rick Russo and USC. So word on the street is last February, the LA Times reported that the U.S. Attorney's Office had gotten involved in the Palka case. But that was last February, and now it's a whole year and they haven't charged us. So if Moore leaves, do they stop protecting Palka? And if they stop protecting Palka, what happens? Because the victims of Tyndall think that the LAPD deliberately decided to drag it out as long as possible.
George Tyndall is his name, right?
The gynecologist.
Right. Yeah.
700 plus women went to the LAPD. 400 investigations by robbery and homicide division, and then 116 sent to the DA, only 16 charged. 5.5 years, we never scheduled a trial date. And can you imagine what 700 women look like here? You can fill that lobby 10 times over at least.
Definitely.
So I was at the courthouse last Friday, and I met with the victims afterwards, and they got a hell of a lot of questions there. That's a $1.1 billion legal settlement for USC. I'm talking about money.
Then send it over to his wife's.
And I can barely get a reporter in town to even look at the dang records. They're not basic. It's a deposition in Knockhill Lake. PD captain. I'm the only one who wants to know who that is. Probably Palka.
Someone want to screenshot your
Oh yeah, go for it. Dirty LAPD is right.
Dirty district attorney too. I don't even trust the FBI already.
We're getting some attention to the Eat Predators bag from Asia and Defender of Ants. Thank you for the attention. Be sure to, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to Alexa Nicholas at Eat Predators, give her a follow because she got me into protesting Scientology. So definitely check that out. Christian Herrera, who I have also met at the Scientology protests, is in the chat, says Eat Predators, and I love that emoji that you've got there. Thank you very much for being here, Christian. Let's see who I've missed out on in the chat so that I can get a little caught up here.
No, because now I have to go into whatever
Oh, and Christian's been here for a little while. He said LAPD are Scientology mercenaries. I really wish that weren't the case, but it does seem that they do prioritize. The LAPD does prioritize the calls they receive from Scientology, as far as I can tell. The Scientology audit plus Jacob plus Squad equals the unstoppable Avengers against Scientology. Oh, I love it. You gotta include Eat Predators in that mix too. I will 1000% request a permit for my 30th birthday. It's in the summer, so water balloons might be a must. Well, if you heard what Will was saying, he was saying that the fact that they're pushing it back and just dragging out the granting of the permit is just going to bring more attention to it, and it could give people more time and the idea to continue doing this, to continue requesting permits on L. Ron Hubbard Way, which would be really funny if it just keeps happening. Why is it that all of the Squirrel Squad are good-looking young people? Who can say? But thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I appreciate it. Drag queens and food trucks on Hubbard Way for his birthday. I'm sure that he'd be rolling in his grave, but Wouldn't that be amazing? If we could get that to happen, that would really be something special, wouldn't it? Either that or the 24th when Liz, Nora, and Degraded Daughters are there. I think Nora laid the brick on LR and Hubbard Way. I think that you're right about that. Are they going to be here on the 24th? I didn't know about that, but if they are, that would be a lot of fun to meet up with them. A couple that I've seen. Foam Party. Oh, yep, that'd be fun. And thanks for filling people in the chat about what happened to Cam. We could raise the money for the water slides and everything. I love that there's a whole planning crew here happening now, ready for the L. Ron Hubbard Way hangout to happen. Oh, totally so sad I would have to attend virtually. We can't all be in LA. We can't all be everywhere, but those of you who are tuning in to support us in the chat are very much appreciated. We're very glad you guys are here. I have 0 friends, so these are my friends and family. Survivors United. Well, Lexi, we are your friends. We're glad to have you in here. I appreciate you tuning into the chat so frequently. It's always a pleasure to see you in here. And Christian, why did they go to the LAPD? So for today, Cam, who is the guy with the black hoodie and the backpack over there, he was assaulted by Jessica Palmadessa's stalker. And so we came down here, he filed a report in the street, and then we met up with Jessica down here. But also, while we were here, Jessica was also looking to get an update about the restraining order that she filed against her stalker, as well as an update about the permit that she has filed for or requested for L. Ron Hubbard Way. Laura Font says, I work from home and I'm a single mom, so I never leave the house. This is me getting out. Well, thank you for being here, and I hope that you are getting to enjoy this as your time out. Yeah, thank you for answering Christian's question in the chat. Eat predators all day, every day. Lexi Evans says to single mom, Laura Font, Mama, I hear you. I'm getting falling a little bit behind here. Am I still in here? Oh, yes. Whoa, I see. And then Donnie. Yeah, thank you, Donnie. And for the permit to close down L. Ron Hubbard Way for a protest, and then also for Cam. Yeah, I appreciate you going to such detail to fill everybody in. Eat predators, nom nom nom. What would y'all do if Tom Cruise walked up on you with a copy of Dianetics? That would be remarkable. That would break the internet. We would have to catch that on live stream if that happened. Laura Font says, oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please do. If you have not hit the like button, I would appreciate all the likes that I can get. If you are not subscribed, I would also appreciate all of the subscriptions that I can get. Thank you to everybody who is in here. We are getting around tonight without leaving our keyboards. I love it. I love that we are able to provide an outlet for you guys to get some entertainment on a Friday night. Lexi Evans says, the mission now is to spread the most love and fun in front of them. If I could take anything from Tori, it's to spread the free spirit vibe. That's right. That free spirit vibe is what we're all about here. We're not in a cult. We are free spirits. And as Super Pup says, we are warriors. Laura Font says, yes. Tori Magoo Crispin said it. A girl called her mom to come get her because she saw all the fun and the anonymous protesters were having. Yeah, Tori Crispin is really remarkable. She's been protesting Scientology for decades now at this point, and she's really amazing. I really appreciate all the work that she's done. If it weren't for people like her, I don't know that people like us would even be out here doing what we're doing tonight. They've really set a precedent, and yeah, can't say enough good things about Tori. Thanks for the shout out to Tori in the chat. Eat predators, that's right. And I see DS is in the chat. Hello DS. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Ray, for letting me know. I will have to. I don't need to put that comment up on the screen though. Louis Repetto from Leaving Scientology says, rock slam that like button. Yes, thank you for Louis for being here. I appreciate it. And yes, rock slam that like button. And to those in the chat who have not followed Louis Repetto from Leaving Scientology, he has done some really fantastic auditing demonstrations. For those of you who are curious about siren out of nowhere. For those of you who are more curious about auditing and what all of that looks like, Scientology auditing, Louis has given some really good demonstrations on his channel that I would recommend to all of you. Go ahead and check that out if you have not already. DS says, I watch you every day. all every day and through the night. I love all of you and the work you do. I'm so glad to hear you say that. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting all of us. We really appreciate it. Laura Font says, Nora Ames, Liz Ferris, I think Liz Gale again, and Degraded Daughters will be there on February 24th. I guess I'm going to have to keep that day open then. And stopping in, subbing up from DOA. That's right, Defender of Ants is in here. Kristen Herrera. Keep us posted on upcoming protests, for sure. I mean, the thing is, now with the Squirrel Squad, there are people who are doing this every night. There are people who are coming out to protest Scientology in some form or another, even if it's just filming outside their locations, just about every night now. But yeah, anytime that we know that there are going to be people flying out, especially, we'll be sure to promote that. Absolutely. And then anonymous shout out too. Yes. When talking about all the old time protesters who have been protesting Scientology for a long time, anonymous, they definitely deserve all the credit in the world, because back in the 2008 era, they were really, really leading the charge to make these protests happen. Rune Skype Singh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but hi Rune, celebrate psychiatry block party outside the Big Blue, LOL. That would be a remarkable idea. If we made a protest outside of Big Blue all about celebrating psychiatry, I would love to see it. That would be amazing. And then Rune Skype Singh, I hate it when the needle rock slams on the e-meter. Such a bummer. Oh yes it is. I've actually never held an e-meter or gotten an auditing session myself. I'm a little bit curious to. Don't think I'd join the church, but would be curious to get auditing from somebody who has been formally trained. Kristen Watson says, is the Squirrel Squad still going after Scientology? Oh yes, of course we are. We're at the LAPD. One of the reasons that we're at the LAPD station today is to check on any updates in Jessica Palmadesa's quest to get a permit to block off L. Ron Hubbard Way. So yes, and we're definitely still going after Scientology. Lexi Evans says Liz wants to make sure she can get a group of people to travel with her to Hemet. Her dad is there. It means a lot. I promised her that if there wasn't a group, I would make sure to make the trip. Oh yeah, if that's something that is in the works, in being planned, a trip to the international base in Southern California in Riverside County, where Liz Ferris's father is being held, I would be all over that. I would love to attend. And to those who don't know, if anybody is unfamiliar with Liz Ferris is an ex-Sea Org member, and she was told 20 years ago that her father, who was also in the Sea Org, had died. She learned within the last year that he has actually not died. He actually is still alive. And so we're doing what we can to get the word out there about her dad, to save Bob Ferris, free Bob Ferris. Those have been the hashtags that we've tried to make go viral. Jeffrey Augustine, the private investigator, has tried to help her by driving up to the location and asking for him. So we'll see what kind of progress we can make. But if we can get a group of people to turn out in big numbers at the Hemet location, that would really be remarkable if we could do that. Laura Font says, what about a motorcade through Hemet? We'll keep you all updated about what the conversations, what we decide is going to be the best course of action. But I've never been to that location, or really even anywhere near it. So if that's the move, I'd be up for additional planning on that. All right, thanks for tuning into the chat. Let's see what's going on with the rest of the Squirrel Squad.
Yeah, people are here.
He's watching Angels.
They're so nice.
One of them was sleeping here.
We were out there, me and Danny were out there because his car battery died, so I drove out there to jump his car. And as I pulled up, the cops were pulling up. And they just came and told us, of course, a lot more than more. They asked what we were doing. And the one cop stayed and he was like, so what's this about? Like, why are you guys protesting Scientology? And me and Danny kind of explained it. He pulled out and he was like, is there any channel that I can watch to learn more?
A
And
cop.
so we gave him the channel. He
Was
went,
it Santa Ana?
yeah, he went on his phone on YouTube right there and followed him.
Was.
To watch
Over
it.
the Blue Building, one of the cops told me, he's like, my brother is a big fan of yours. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
The $9.99 hoodie guy gave me an umbrella for free. I was gonna walk in and buy it, and he was like, "Oh, Cam, I've been waiting to meet you, man. I love what you do."
Isn't it easier to use the back
Yeah,
camera or no?
I appreciate it, man.
I don't know if I can on StreamYard. I haven't figured out a way to on here. I'm on StreamYard more.
Cam?
These
No,
people
Cam?
make so much money around there. I
Oh.
can tell when I
That just
Cam.
disables the camera, maybe.
Oh, that's weird.
But if I do more and then settings, maybe camera.
Food lady,
The better,
like
yeah.
they're like, you can tell like messing
You know
with
what?
me.
I just figured it out.
We were
Yeah?
bringing it.
Yeah.
See, I was like, wouldn't that be
Yeah,
easier?
that is
Because
easier.
then you can like see.
Look at
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen. We just learned how to switch the camera view on StreamYard. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love.
It came back for another one, right? At the end, I saw that. Yeah. I saw you shared on Instagram. Yeah.
Wow, good.
You can see the Scientology building in the back.
It was right across the street.
I was like, no way.
Scientology has never bought one of those hot dogs ever.
I don't think they eat outside food.
The day before they had the event over at Burbank, I posted a video. They ordered DoorDash or delivery or something and they didn't tip the guy. So I gave the guy $5. I was like, see, this is what happens. This is the difference between Scientology and us protesters. We actually tip delivery drivers.
We're supposed to have their graduation at the Blue Building Friday, it's like 10 o'clock. But I don't know how many people are really graduating from anymore.
They said they're getting ready to reopen soon in the coming weeks. Months.
Music.
What renovations are they
Well, music, do you think that music, first off, I would like to see, did you get your stuff resolved with them?
Not yet.
It's in the process.
Well, they're running out of days to decide if they're bringing it to court or not for May. They have like 2 days left, 2 business days left.
To decide if they're what?
Bringing it to
Copyright,
court
yeah.
for whatever.
It actually came to court.
I hope they do.
For your copyright? On your YouTube?
Yeah, for their.
I wanted to know, is it possible is my report be separated from the one that you made?
Be separated?
Yes, like I want to have my own report.
So I filed a report for me.
Right.
So she was entitled to have a report filed for her. The reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, if we have 2 different CF numbers, that means we will both get a disposition by this individually. If we're all on the same line, she can give you, if she's just on there giving a statement on the CF number that I gave, at the end of this, I'm gonna get the disposition letter and she's not. So it needs to be a separate complaint individually for her. She needs her own CF number.
This is the same incident we're talking about, right? Same incident on Friday night?
Correct.
Okay, so I emailed the complaint sergeant, Sergeant Chow, correct? And I forwarded Aja's information to him. And according to him, since he's in charge, he says the same CF number, and then everyone gets added if we're on that same incident
Okay, and she
as co-complainants.
she needs to provide her information to you.
She did.
Oh, she did?
Yes, sir.
Will she get a copy of the CF receipt that I received? She should be getting a copy.
When did you get the copy of the CF?
They sent it to me later on that night. On
Email?
yeah.
Okay. Was it Sergeant Chow?
No, that would have been Bustamante.
Okay. Was it the CF number or was it some? Can you show it to me? I'm not sure what it was.
It's the standard that we received, the thing is gonna go.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that at the end of this process, she gets contacted. Well, she's going to be, an interview from internal affairs is going to happen at some point where we need to now. Need to make sure that she's contacted, and then at the end of this process, I need to make sure that she gets it.
Oh, she most definitely will be contacted. I emailed him yesterday, and he got back to me today. And every piece of information that Aja gave me, or contact info, got forwarded to him, and then that will be added to the CF number. But yeah, let me check out that email so that I can see what you're talking about.
I found the cafeteria. It's more than that. My work has been impeccable. My record here is perfect. If all you look at is outcomes, maybe. But what are your at stake? You don't seem to be thriving. I want you to succeed. But the fact is, we work as a team here.
They definitely took
No one here is a superstar. Our husband is a superstar.
You right now.
No ego, no proprietary. Are you serious?
This guy looks like he's real soft.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This came directly from internal service, or this came from Bustamante?
Yeah, I came from Bustamante. I mean, I know that it says internal affairs, but it sent it to me like 2 hours after I filed the complaint. So I doubt that he was exactly from internal affairs. So I think it was just to make sure that the template that comes with the complaint file.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were doing it both at the same time. Oh, yeah, I feel like there's two lines. Do you forward that to my email, if you don't mind? 410.
My chat says the man manipulated that Hellcat.
I'm not familiar with that form. I've never sent that form before.
You're good. All good.
Hey.
Your son to work with. You're gonna tell him this is a funny shot. It's the funniest.
So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the same exact. She would have the same email essentially because she's gonna be on the same complaint.
Yeah, as long as
she's a complainant was against that.
And so yeah, I just want to make sure that in the process that we both get that disposition. I received that one. She should receive the same sort of copy that I received. And then, of course, when either Chow or Internal Affairs does the interview, we want to make sure that both of us get sent. And also, if you can add this in your notes, when they contact, you have to leave your email address. Only if Chow knows this, I want to stress this. We don't want any phone calls. We only want emails. He sends any questions through you. And then you make know that. So I just want to make sure that she gets correspondence, she gets a disposition, things like that.
Okay, so I'll do a follow-up email with him again this weekend. So he's probably not going to be working this weekend. He'll probably get back to me next week.
You can tell if you just make a note on him to email me, let me know the process.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, because once it gets sent, then we don't. We can reopen it. So let me. I'll do that.
I don't need a car.
You want a car? You want a car, Roger?
Easy. My chat's ratting you out.
I know they are.
Look, it's you and your son.
I need to rest back.
Oh, yeah.
No, look at your face.
No.
It's funny.
Oh,
What's going on in y'all's chats?
I don't know. They're doing something to me. That's what my chat's saying.
Listen, this time, whether it's this race or. Or anyone else, we gotta.
Next time he needs a ride, we can walk over to him.
I wish.
tell me right is for that.
Well, yeah, yeah.
65, 70,
And,
66,000.
one question was, answer
Straight after that happened. You know what I mean? Starbucks? Yep. I got a strawberry sidewalk.
You should put the name of the thing.
Yeah, about 182,000.
Let's turn that around there for a sec. And I did want to say thank you there to Lexi Evans for keeping us updated in the chat about what's going on here. So AJ put a complaint against an officer. They are trying to make sure that LAPD is doing their job correctly. So thank you for keeping the chat updated about that, Lexi. Justin Maxwell, are you guys back at the cop shop? That's one thing that we could call this place. But yeah, we're at the LAPD station on Wilcox. All hoodies among the activists. It's cold on these LA streets. We got to make sure that we're staying safe. We good? All right. Heading back out.
That's Sergeant James.
Oh God, I got a card too.
Hey.
I don't even take cards anymore because I have like 500 of them. And I don't know what to do with them.
We should start collecting them.
Well, guess how much, it took me that long to write that, but guess how much he makes?
Right.
How much you make?
He makes, that sergeant makes $182,000 last year.
Oh.
Oh, man.
182.
182,000, and then he made another 66,000 in benefits.
Gee.
How
That's
come like
just.
some cops I see like they've been in there for longer,
That's why
and the newer cops come in and make more. Like, how do they move up?
So, I mean, there's different ways to make money. So, you know, they make a chunk of their money through overtime.
Okay.
Right? And so sometimes if you work a traffic unit, like those traffic unit cops,
That's how you
they end up
good.
working all types of overtime. They work
You guys
special
are bad.
events,
You guys are so bad.
working over at the Scientology place and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All those cops with the graffiti building, that was all overtime.
Oh no way.
All of that was overtime. Because they're not taking regular patrol cops to do that. That was a special event. They're going to bring them in there. So traffic cops just always make a ton of money. They do, like I said, it's not traffic control, but they'll do DUI, checkpoints, things like that. I mean, some of these cops make almost as much in overtime as they do in regular pay. In their contract, so during COVID, they had a budget crisis, and every city department had to take a cut. The cops refused to. So they worked out a deal, and they said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to defer you guys usually get a pay raise. You're guaranteed like a 5% pay raise.
Yeah.
You defer that for 2 years. And what we'll do is we'll give you $70 million in overtime each year over the next 3 years. They gave them that overtime. They paid them back the deferred pay raise they got. But then they just gave them another 5% bonus just for the hell of it.
Wow.
Just for the hell of it. Now we have a $400 million budget crisis going on here.
Yeah.
As these guys are just getting more and more money. Their new contract, in 4 years, the starting cop, who's a rookie, will be making at about $100,000 before overtime. Every cop gets overtime. So your shift ends at 1 o'clock in the morning. You make an arrest at 12 o'clock. You got to come here and book that person for the next 3-4 hours. That's all overtime. So you talk to defense attorneys, you look at when the most ridiculous arrests happen in the last hour of a shift. Because they're going to get that overtime. They want to make that quick arrest, get that overtime in. And not to mention, you're going to get overtime for a million other reasons. It's literally written in a contract. They're just going to give it out like crazy. So yeah, it's just frustrating because they're getting more and more money. We have a huge budget deficit. We got other needs in the city.
Yeah.
And you see, while you're over there at the graffiti building, what are they doing? They're looking at TikToks.
Yeah.
They had cops who got fired a couple years ago. They're playing Pokemon Go. They got called to a call. Code 3, you remember that one, right? In Southwest Division. Yeah. They got called for Code 3, lights and sirens, and they didn't even accept the call. They put it off because they were playing Pokemon Go.
You know what they say? They gotta catch them all.
They got arrested. They got fired.
Wow.
Yeah, that was only like 3 years ago.
Was one of the police others they crashed us,
Their body cam. I think they just did a
body cam, there you go.
See, at the end of every shift, the sergeant has to review their body cam footage. They never did. But I mean, that must have been one of the rare times that they did. But they audited, the OIG went and audited their body cam footage and found like 20% of police stops were fucked up. Just from just doing some of these audits. They should be auditing it nonstop. I always said, they have their body cams on, they should be live streaming.
Yeah.
As they're out there, live streaming. You're gonna see a real difference in behavior.
Oh yeah. They're gonna be like, chat, send a roast if you want me to arrest this guy.
But like you said, right now, you cannot get their body cam footage. The only way is it has to be a deadly force. Otherwise, you're never gonna get it without a subpoena, without a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So it's you look at places like Arizona and other states, and you just request it and they just give it up.
Yeah.
They work for us, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they have such a hard time with. They don't like us filming them a lot of times. You go into Starbucks, you go into
There's cameras everywhere.
everywhere, gas station. You have cameras. People who work at banks spend their entire shift with 10 cameras on them.
Yeah.
A cop can't do it. People who have the ability to take your life for freedom. Cameras, and even right now with their body camera, with body camera policy, they have the ability that once they press their body camera,
They can delete it, right?
well, it can automatically rewind 2 minutes.
Yeah.
See what happened 2 minutes before you pressed it. But the way they work in the rule with the agreement with the union, it's only going to capture the video and not the audio. They don't want to.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, right? They should just make it so it's audio and video 2 minutes beforehand. Because it's oftentimes they have a conflict, they have a shooting, and then they activate the body camera.
That's kind of cold, and I can't sit out there. Sit out here.
It's okay, Mama, sit right there.
You gotta go somewhere else, please.
Just sit right there, you're fine.
So what's the plan?
I kind of feel good.
Yes. Sammy's the ringleader.
I'm not the ringleader, you guys.
What's going on at the test center? They're gonna reopen that today, right? Seems so obvious. They added those extra.
Ready, yeah.
They added the extra
Cameras,
speakers on the side.
speakers, yeah.
So now on the side you have music playing.
Sweet, I
Yeah.
have a billboard, I'm not afraid to use it, like the one we had.
Where? On Hollywood Boulevard? Hey, the LAPD has already said there isn't a maximum decibel level.
It's called
Yeah.
I call this a billboard, so I don't know about residential.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we're figuring out what the next move is going to be now that I guess the business that we came to the LAPD station today for has essentially we've gotten the updates that we were looking to get. Let's see. Yes, in base. Yeah, we're talking about. There was some talk in the chat earlier about potentially organizing something near the in base. If that's what Liz Ferris would like, we'll see. Christian Herrera says wear the Jacob Harkey merch. maybe it will come one day. I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm on my way to having enough subscribers and watch hours to become monetized on YouTube, but I'm not there yet. So we'll get there when we get there. Rune Sky Singh says the Scientology video is running in the background on the television. Same video as the one they are running outside the test center at the Winter Wonderland. Grey's Anatomy was playing in the police station here. That was Grey's Anatomy on the TV, which I thought was interesting. Laura Font says, so far I like this officer. He was pretty respectful, which is always appreciated. Laura Font says, watching on Jacob for the chat, listening to Street so I can hear the conversation. Well, thank you. Thank you for keeping an eye on multiple streams to make sure that we're all up to date on what's going on. We appreciate you, Laura. And yeah, holy cow is right. I never would have anticipated that that was how much money some of these cops are making. Thanks for being in the chat, guys.
In Melrose, in Detroit, which is just a block away from the brand. There's a
Super
windshield
city.
donut shop. That's what they were getting out at 1, 2 in the morning. And I'm like, if I were a cop, there's no percent chance.
He said you got right,
Oh, and what? Oh, yeah. There's zero chance I'd be seeing a donut shop if I was in police uniform.
No way.
At least be off duty first.
I need to be off duty, change.
Right. They
I
don't
don't
have
even
like
wanna
a
do uniform.
fitness requirement, because in a fire department they have like a weight requirement.
I think that the job.
Yeah.
But then once you're in the forest, like, they don't care, right?
They're supposed to do a fitness test, I think, 1 mile every couple of years, but I mean, 1 mile is not a whole lot.
Yeah.
A mile is like 10 blocks.
Yeah, they
Do that for the
patrol car.
elementary schoolers have to do that in PE.
Yeah. That's the standards are.
Alright, where are we going? Are we just?
Yeah.
Blue building?
Let's go blue building.
I'm down.
We're gonna go and do the fitness gram pacer test in the blue building.
Yeah.
This is the fitness gram pacer test. Up, down, up, down.
All right, well, I'll meet you guys
Up,
there.
down, touch the ground. That's like when it's.
All right, chat. We're gonna go to the blue building.
Up,
Down. One. Up, down. 2.
Tell my chat basket about him.
Yeah, yesterday when I was at the
At the.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh. Yeah, same.
Hey, I remember when I was at the I forgot.
What?
Are transit to.
I did feel the like.
Yeah,
For social life. Come on, Chris, come on, Friday.
I know.
Yeah, she don't see anybody.
Somebody said it takes 3 to 4 business days for Chris to finish sentences.
But they come out so good, that's why. You can't rehearse them first before he says it. You can't rush art. That's why.
Exactly.
Like before we get up here and start streaming, bro, he has a script, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like what he's about to say right now, it's already written down. The script. Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Script likes to play. That was scripted. That was He was meant to say.
At that exact time.
Yeah, that was this exact time.
Yeah, that was scripted.
That was also scripted.
The head nod.
The head nod is also scripted.
Improv right
He's
now.
doing with his right side. Because this is keeping you like entertained.
Right. Scripted. Yeah. Give us some improv. That was scripted.
Hey, the lines were not that.
Yeah, that was improv. There we go.
You know recording here?
Exactly.
This is covered building. Like, I think I'm gonna ask you here is like yeah.
And I see Ram has joined the chat and says, who attacked Cam? And Laura Fawn has helped out, I think, Skateboard Dude. Yes, that is the guy. That's Jessica Stalker, who she has filed for a restraining order on. And yes, he is the one who attacked Cam, and that's why we're here. Thank you for being here, Ram. And DS says, I can't stand Skateboard Dude of what I saw on video. He thinks he is tough. Someone needs to put him in his place. Yeah, I'm hoping that he stops harassing these folks very soon. And wow is right, Ram. All right, we going to Big Blue? Big Blue, everybody?
Big blue.
All right, Big Blue it is.
Let's
Got a
go.
bunch of complainers in the chat.
Journalists.
All right, folks, we are headed to Big Blue. And Ram, so Jess got the restraining order approved. So it's been an ongoing back and forth process, and that's part of what she was here to get some updates about today. And she was able to talk to an officer and get a card and get hear what she was saying, hear what they were saying to her in there. But it's not done. She still would like to get some more clarity here. And to be honest, I can't even say for sure with certainty that I understand it all, but some of these procedural things that the bureaucratic nonsense that has to happen in order for progress to be made at a police station can be frustrating to try to wrap my head around all of it sometimes. But I'll try to keep you all updated as best I can as we're talking about everything that's going on. Rune Scud Singh says, "See ya, Big Blue." All right. Rune Scud Singh says, I was watching a streamer earlier today, Davey Mismanage, I think that is his name. This skateboard guy came and was super aggressive toward Cam. That's right. And DS says, big Smurf building. You know, those buildings are so blue. I can't compare them to any other buildings that I've seen. No buildings are that blue. It's ridiculous. Laura Font says, every time people mention Big Blue, it reminds me of Finding Nemo. It's big and it's blue. I never thought of that, and now I will not be able to not think of that. Alioth says, sparkling juniper fly or sparkling jewel left and right. So I can tell you are referencing the lyrics to Flag is Here, and that one line that we just could not figure out what it was, or at least I couldn't, but you may be right. Sparkling juniper fly or sparkling jewel left and right. I think I said sparkling jewel. I said sparkling juniper fly in the acoustic cover that I posted with my guitar. When we were at the North Hollywood Org and that song was playing over and over again, that was the one line that I could not figure out what they were saying. Sparkling juniper rise, maybe, although I don't know what that means. I also don't know what sparkling jewel left and right means, but for anybody who's totally confused and has no idea what I'm talking about, when we were at the North Hollywood Scientology Org a few weeks ago, Scientology was consistently playing the Flag is Here song on repeat, which is a Scientology song. And they then used the fact that that song was being blasted on everybody's streams as justification for filing a copyright strike against many of the channels of the Squirrel Squad streamers who were there. But the song is like, Flag is here, miracles and dreams come true. Spread your wings and learn how to fly. Cross the bridge and soar to the sky. Like a sparkling juniper rise. Flag is here. So that's my little rendition of it there. But I don't know about that one lyric. But thank you for bringing that up to us, Alioth. If you want to see my acoustic cover with the guitar, you can feel free to check that out on my channel. That's the only short that I have posted thus far. Maybe more to come. Speaking of singing, I did get to play some guitar and sing a bit on Laura FM's birthday show yesterday, which was fun. A little bit out of my comfort zone, to be honest. I'm definitely an amateur when it comes to guitar. I like to sing a lot, but guitar is still something that I'm honing my skills on. But you know, the audience was really supportive. I had some friends who came out to see me, which was really cool. I had a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll get to do some more singing and making music for you all as well, in addition to some of the activism that we've been doing with regard to Scientology. That was a very long answer to your question, Alioth, but thank you for being here, and thank you for reminding us of those lyrics in the chat. Rem says, I'm sure I'm sure stalling is a tactic police use to, one sec, crossing the street, making sure I'm safe, is a tactic police uses, so you'll just forget about it and not move forward. I think that you may very well be right there. That's a good insight. Alioth says, are you an ex-Scientologist? I am not, actually. I was never in. I just started paying attention to all of this craziness in 2020 when Leah Remini's Scientology and the Aftermath was put on Netflix, and I watched that series, and ever since then, I've been following Mike Rinder's blog. I've been following Tony Ortega's coverage on his website. I follow Aaron Smith-Levin, and the community has just grown and grown and grown. And yeah, I'm not seeing any signs that I'm going to stop paying attention to any of this anytime soon, especially now that I've gotten acquainted with ex-Scientologists like Laura and Serge and everybody. But no, to answer your question, I'm not. Rune Skydesing says, Big Blue has got such a Pyongyang, North Korea feel to it. Lexi Evans says, kind of like Lil Davy. I don't know if I know for sure what that's in reference to, but yeah, Lil Davy. Honestly, that's Lil Davy. What a nickname. I'm sure he would not appreciate being called that. If you were a Sea Org member and you called him Lil Davy, you'd probably be sent to the RPF. DS says, crazy how Scientology gets away of paying back Chase JP Morgan. I think to call JP, get that money back or take all their buildings. You have a great voice singing. Thank you for the compliment about the singing. Yeah, it sounds like you're referencing the Chase wave there, which was a big scandal a couple of years back that involved a lot of credit card fraud that I know that Scientology attorney Kendrick Moxon had gotten himself tied up in. Yeah, that's something that maybe I can have some more conversations about, because I know it's a loaded topic, and I try not to talk too much about individual topics if I don't feel pretty clear and solid on the facts. And that's one that happened a little bit before I started paying close attention to everything going on with Scientology, but I know that it involved Chase Bank and quite a bit of credit card fraud. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. It's always nice to see how many scandals involving Scientology we can bring up when we're talking about all of this. Why are all the Squirrel Squad... Donnie Lee Gringo in Brazil says, why are all the Squirrel Squad boys and girls all cute ones? Is it a requirement? I appreciate the compliment, but no, of course it's not a requirement. We would never be discriminatory based on looks. But thank you for your comment. Alioth says, you have such a good singing and radio voice. Have you thought about doing radio? Actually, that's a great question because I have a radio show and I have not promoted it at all on YouTube. Thursday nights from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have a show called Songs I Want to Play and Stuff I Want to Say on the 88.5 HD2 signal. So it's not the 88.5 FM signal, it's the HD2 signal that is granted through my college's nonprofit educational license radio station. You know what? Before next week, I'm gonna follow up about this. So I really appreciate your comment and compliment, and I will definitely update you all some more about how you can listen. Like I said, it's on the 88.5 HD2 KSBR signal on Thursdays from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Alternatively, if you are not in the Los Angeles or Orange County area, you can also listen in by going to jazz885.org and listening to the show. And that's on Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the KSBR 88.5 HD2 signal, as well as jazz885.org. So I'll give another reminder about that before next Thursday, because I'll be doing this again next Thursday. But thank you again for the compliment. Lexi Evans. Oh, okay. It is in reference to a comment made right before. Gotcha. I can fall behind on the chat sometimes. I do my best to keep up, but sometimes it's tough. Laura Font says, talk to Jeffrey Augustine about the Chase Wave. I know Jeffrey Augustine would be a good person to talk to. Tony Ortega, I know, has done some reporting on it too. But yeah, there's not too much that I can say when I don't have the facts, when I don't have all the facts straight, ready to go off the top of my head. But yes, you are right. Jeffrey Augustine, he knows his stuff there. And then Partyology says, be safe, please. I'm doing my best. We like to avoid traveling alone as best we can. I've been with people just about the whole time that I've been out here, but I'm about to get in my car so I can head on over to Big Blue, which I will be doing very shortly. Just a couple more chats, and then I'll let you guys go until I restart the live back at Big Blue. Laura Font, yeah, they'll take the old, fat, ugly ones too. LOL. You know, I don't want to use those words to describe anybody who's in our community, but like I said, looks are not part of the criteria to come out and protest or audit with us. Laura Font says, you know how video killed the radio star? Podcasting is also killing the radio star. You know, it's true. Radio, there's some really remarkable things that I think can be, I think radio really is an underappreciated art form. And yes, in the age of the internet and video, there's obviously a lot that can be done in other mediums, but the thing to remember is that radio waves are part of the electromagnetic spectrum, and the electromagnetic spectrum is owned by the public. I mean, I don't want to just give it up and forget that it exists. So I do have a radio show, and like I said, I'll update you guys some more about that before next week. Well, thank you to everybody who's tuned into the chat so far. I'm going to be heading over to Big Blue, so hopefully going live again in the next 15-20 minutes or so, and I will see you all shortly. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon.